Hey, hey, hey. It is not Thursday night. It's a special show on Friday night. I am so glad you're here. As I usually say, though, it's still going to be a great night. So I'm sitting here with Duncan, although he's about ready to go to sleep. So that is just as well. Welcome, Anne Marie. So glad to see you. So I've been going back and forth on, is tonight going to be another version of a Thursday night where we do the same thing? And I still don't know. I thought maybe I'd change it up, but I don't know. It sort of depends. So I do know that about 10 after, so in about, let's see, about 5 more minutes, we will do our first healing pulse. And then after that, we will work on whatever we're going to do. Probably. Oh, and there's Heidi. Welcome. And Jane and Marina. Very cool. So most of you ladies are here Thursday nights. Is there something special we should do? And there is Leslie, who can't always be here on a Thursday night. So what do you think? Is there something we've done in the past that is sort of fun and different? Or should we do exactly the same thing? I did have a thought. I think once we did, we looked to see if anyone had any inherited trapped emotions, which is sort of different. Wow, Jane. Thank you. So I'm going to put that on the screen just because I know I've got some YouTubers here too. So that is very cool. So that is Jane with feedback from last night, what we worked on in the individual and the group show. So wonderful. Yeah, thank you, Jane. I appreciate that. Yeah. So is everybody glad it's Friday? I had sort of a crazy day. A couple clients, and one of the clients was an artist. She gave me a painting. It's pretty cool. I will show it to you once I have it hung up in my office, and I actually used my office today. Got the heat going. It's very nice. And I will probably start using my office for my Thursday night show again, at least until it gets too dark. Because, well, some of you know this, that when it gets dark earlier, the street light shines down on the sidewalk across the street. And if someone's walking by it, way across the street, it puts like a shadow in front of my front door with frosted glass, and it makes me think someone's standing right outside my door, and it freaks me out in the dark. Yeah, it's a beautiful picture of I'm not sure if it's oil. I think it's probably acrylic. But it's Lake Superior and a full moon and a couple ladies dancing in front of the full moon. It's very cool. Just very cool. I know, Heidi. Isn't that crazy? And I was just talking to someone that everything seems to go so fast. I look up and how can it be April 8th already? It was just the first. Things are crazy. Oh, 91 degrees. So now today was the first day it didn't snow here all week, because all week it's been snowing and raining. And today was the first day I saw the sun since Monday. So I was getting a little depressed. So I've got 1 more minute. We'll start the healing pulse. So any feedback on if we should do anything special? Yes. So Marina, how much time do you have left in Austria? Yeah, isn't that crazy? Just because you're just a few time zones away, Jade. Okay, it is 10 after. So we are going to start the healing pulse for anyone new. The great thing about the healing pulse is the energy goes to where you direct it. And if there's energy left over, it also works on going to the underlying reason. If there's not enough energy to work on both, it will go to the energy. It will go to the situation and whatever you're working on, especially like if it's pain. Sometimes with the healing pulse, you can get pain to go away. But if you don't get to the underlying reason, it usually comes back. Sometimes it's a matter of timing. Other times it's a matter of stress. So, yes. Okay. Thank you for that feedback. So let's see if anyone's got any inherited trapped emotions after the healing pulse. All right. So with the healing pulse, I want you to rub your hands together. Place your hands where you want to receive the energy. And so if you don't really know where to place them, I suggest usually head or heart. Or say you banged your elbow on something, or you just have a random pain, that's where you'll want to place your hands. And so Heidi, wherever you've got that pain that you mentioned earlier, put your hands exactly there. And then imagine my hands are on your hands. So not only are you receiving my healing energies, but also your personal healing frequencies. And then here's the most important part. Be open and allowing the healing to happen. I want you to just breathe it in. Allow it to go exactly to where it needs to go. With each breath in, it goes in a little deeper, helps a little further. And just be open and allowing that energy. As you exhale, imagine that you are releasing anything that doesn't belong, doesn't serve you, and isn't helping you. Just let that energy go. Open and allowing. Okay, so that was our first healing pulse of the night. So I've got my little book here. Show number 91. Do you believe that? Crazy, crazy. All right, so I'm thinking if we're going to work first on any inherited trapped emotions, just put a yes in the comments if you want me to check and see if you've got something. And then I think after that, we'll look for negative trapped emotions, and then we'll do the positive. Okay? All right, so I'm going to go find, I've got a list specifically for inherited. So let me just find that. Got some unique terms on here. And so if you want me to check and see if you have any inherited trapped emotions, just put a yes in the comments. And I'm hoping by the time this comes up, I'm just doing a search. Yeah, this is something we haven't done in quite a while. I wonder, last fall maybe? It's definitely been a while. And not everyone will have one. Some people have more than one. Getting closer. So far, it's not coming up with it. And I know this is where I saved it. So otherwise, I'll just use a different list. But I sort of like this list. Oh, good. Lots of yeses. Ooh, and Geraldine's here too. Welcome. All right. So I think. Okay. It's still not coming up. Let me look somewhere else here. So hold on here. I can use a different list, but part of it is this list that I'm looking for. I wonder where it is. That's crazy. It's not there. Okay. Let me look and see. Let me find a different list. Yeah, it's not where I had anticipated. I'm checking to see if I spelled it right. That would be helpful, wouldn't it? Oh, I think I found it. Let's see. Ooh, yes. Okay. Yay, I found it. All right. So now, let me get back to the video. Okay. I'm just going to change. Okay. I'm ready. Okay. So I've got my list. Just seeing who said yes first. So good. So inherited. So, and if you just came in, we are doing a check to see if anyone has any inherited trapped emotions. So I've got Heidi, Marina, Leslie, and Marie. Jane. Geraldine, if you want me to check you for inherited trapped emotions, just say yes. Oh, there you go. You did say yes already. Sorry. So Geraldine. Okay. All right, let's get started on this. All right, so I'm just going to go through the list overall and see who's got. Oh my gosh, you all have one. You all have probably more than one. But so with this, intention is important. So we're going to ask for the inherited trapped emotion that will help each of you most if we clear. I think that'll be good. All right, so starting with Heidi, let me see. And so I've got this inherited list, but I also think we might use the negative trapped emotion. So sorry, my sister's getting a puppy tomorrow. And she drove to the hood in Chicago, and she's a little nervous, her and her husband, that they'll get mugged or something because they live in a little rural area. They're not used to big city life. So I'm sure they'll be fine. Okay. Now, so I'm just going to see if we can use which list we're going to use for everybody. Okay, we're going to use my inherited list. All right, so let's see. So I'll get an age and the trapped emotion, or not. No, that's not going to work. I'm going to get who this came from. So this is probably the coolest part is I look and see, is it from your mother's side of the family? Is it your father's side of the family? And how far back does it go? Did it start with your mother or father, or did it start, 5 generations back from someone you never knew? So let's just see. All right, so Heidi, what I got for you was workaholic, and it's from your father's side. Let's see how far back. So typically I ask, did it start with your dad? I get a no. Okay. So how many generations back did it go? So I'm going to start with, 1 being your father. No. 2, grandfather. No. 3, great grandfather. No. 4, great great grandfather. No. 5, great 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 grand. Ooh, there. So what was that? 3 grades? 5 generations back? Grandfather. So Heidi, does your dad's side of the family, do you notice a propensity for people to put work above other things? So do you see a pattern? And with this, when you have that trapped emotion that's inherited, it does affect a lot of the family, but sometimes it skips people. And so when we clear this, what I'll do is with the intention that we clear the entire lineage of people who have it. So like, so Leslie, like excuse me, Heidi, your daughter could have this even, because it goes that far back and that far forward. And, distant cousins could have this. So let's go ahead and clear this. And typically inherited takes a little bit more to clear. Let me just see. So that did clear. Did it clear from the entire family? Oh, wow. So that sort of was right on for you, Heidi. That's cool. I mean, it's better to be a workaholic maybe than someone who doesn't want to work at all. But they both cause family issues, don't they? If your life isn't balanced. So you'll have to be observant of any changes. Because I think the older you are, even when you've got the trapped emotion removed, it might be harder to make those changes, but you'll just have to see. Very interesting. Okay. Marina, you are next. Yes, it is sort of cool, isn't it, Leslie, to think about that I'm that many generations back. But so here's a really good example for this. Have you ever met an entire family, even the really little ones, that are just angry? It's because at some point a family member got the trapped emotion of anger, and it just kept being handed down. Also, when you have a trapped emotion, you tend to attract that trapped emotion again and again and again, which really cements in those behaviors, those feelings. So, yes. Well, Heidi, you'll have to keep me posted on if I made a small part in helping him retire. Okay? All right, so let's see. Marina. Ooh, numbness, Marina. So let's see where this came from. Father's side. So with Marina, did it start with dad? No. Okay. So dad's one generation. Grandpa? No. Great grandpa? No. Great great grandpa? Yes. So two greats. So Marina, did you ever meet one of your great great grandfathers? Because we all have a number of great great grandfathers. I know I only met grandfathers. I didn't meet a great or a great great. So numbness. And so what this would do if your family has this is it would, I think, cause you not to feel as much, to be sort of numb. So let's go ahead and release this from your whole family that's affected by this. Right. And that's the case when there's that many greats. Sometimes you see 5 generation pictures, but they're pretty rare. All right, so let's go ahead and clear this from your entire family, Marina. So we're going to clear numbness from your entire family, from your great 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 grandfather on down, and all the family in between that have this inherited trapped emotion of numbness. Okay, I'm getting that released. So also with all these that I'm releasing, I'm also filling any voids with healing, love, and light. So Marina, be observant and just see if you experience things in a little bit more of a feeling way. So because with this, you honestly come by being sort of numb to feelings and emotions. And so hopefully this will help. We'll see if it changes. All right, Leslie, you are next. So let's see what comes up. Leslie, I don't know if this is true for you, but I guess we'll find out. It's procrastination. So with this though, it's definitely a really good excuse for procrastinating because you come by this honestly. Yes, Marina, keep that in mind. So let's see where Leslie gets this. So mother's side? Yes. So it's from mom's side. So let's see if did it start with mom? No. Let's see how far back. So mom was one generation. Was it a grandmother? Ooh. So this started with one of your grandmas. So was it? So let's see. So it was your mother's mother. Yeah. So it's mother's mother. So 2 generations back. Did you know that particular grandma? Your mother's mother? Is she still probably not still around? Maybe? Let me get an age of when this happened. Because usually there's some type of event, sort of like a regular trapped emotion, that causes it. So this is sort of cool because this is our first one that where you have an ancestor that you might have known her. So let me get an age and see. She was 21. Something happened. So and again with this, it's plus or minus years. So 20, 21, 22, something happened where she grabbed onto that trapped emotion of procrastination, and then she passed it down to her kids. So I wonder if something, if 21, if that played a role. So let's go ahead and release this from your whole entire lineage. And so something might have happened at 21 where it, with the procrastination, but you said as she got older, things changed. And so it might have been when you have trapped emotions like procrastination, you keep attracting it. And so the more you have it, the more you're going to do it. So let me see if that released. No, let me do some more. All right, so I'm setting the intention that we are releasing the inherited trapped emotion of procrastination from Leslie and her entire family lineage from her mother's mother on down to Leslie's children and grandkids. Okay, I'm getting that released. All right, Anne-Marie, you are next. Let me know if you guys have any questions, or if you're coming in now and you want me to see if you have an inherited trapped emotion, just put a yes in the comments. Ooh, there's Paula. Welcome, Paula. We are checking to see if people have inherited trapped emotions and what they are. Okay, so I've got it narrowed down. Let's see what it is. All right, Paula, I will add you to the list. So this one, I'm not really sure exactly what it means. So here's where I'm going to need your help for potentially. So it says malprogramming. So when I think of malprogramming, I think of more of a societal kind of thing, where you're supposed to do certain things and respond in certain ways and react in certain ways. And with this malprogramming, that doesn't always happen. Or maybe it's the opposite, where you always do a certain thing when you shouldn't. So this is definitely a negative. All right, Jane, I will put her down. Thank you. So what do you think? Malprogramming. Anne-Marie, does that mean anything to you? So any thoughts on that, please put it in the comments while I look to see where this started. So Anne-Marie, this is from your father's side. So let's see how far back it goes. Did it start with your father 1 generation back? No. 2 generations is grandfathers? Nope. 3 generations is great-grandfathers? No. 4, great-great? Ooh. Yes, so this is great-great-grandfather on your dad's side. No, Anne-Marie, this is from your dad's side. So 4 generations back. So great-great-grandfather. Very interesting, huh? But does anyone have any additional thoughts on malprogramming? And this is a list that I've had for a while. It's specifically entitled Inherited Trapped Emotions, but it doesn't have any descriptions. So malprogramming, that's just sort of a guess on my thoughts on it. So Anne-Marie, with the malprogramming, Was that inherited too, or is this in addition to the malprogramming? Yeah, something really sort of negative about how things work. Oh, wow, Anne Marie. So you sort of got a double whammy with mother's and father's side. Very interesting. Well, let's go ahead and clear this. So, okay, I'm getting that cleared. Very interesting. I'm glad you remembered that, Anne Marie, because that's just very curious. Because I've only used this list a few times recently. I think probably last summer, early fall, I used it a lot more. Wow. Okay. Jane, you are next. So let's see what Jane's got. Ooh, disbelief. That's very interesting. So I think about that. Because these are all a negative way. I think that's exactly right. That is a good description, brainwashing. Thank you, Paula. That's really helpful. So it's good that we release that from your entire family, Anne Marie. All right, so disbelief. So that's sort of like belief in a negative way that you can't believe. Let's see where it came from, Jane. So I'm getting it's your father's side. So did it start with father? So father's side, Jane, did not start with father. So let's see, was it grandfather? So that's 2 generations back. 3 generations, was it great grandfather? Was it great great? No. Great great great? Ooh, 3 greats. Great 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 grandfather. All right, so let's go ahead and release that from your entire family who have it. Okay, that did release. Very interesting. So with this, Jane, it makes me wonder, do you notice that sometimes you have a hard time believing in something? Does it take a lot to talk you into it, or does it take time? Very interesting. I'm not quite sure how this one works. So, Geraldine is next. That's just it. It's just in general. So you're going to have to ponder that. And knowing you, Jane, it will come to you because you have some very good insights. So, all right. So, Geraldine, let's see what comes up for you. Ooh, irrational fears, Geraldine. Wow. Does that affect you a lot? I would think if you had this, your friends would say, Geraldine, that you shouldn't be afraid of that. Or does it mean like you're afraid of like spiders or something that most of the time can't hurt you, but you're really freaked out about them? Interesting. Let's see where this came from, Geraldine. Mother's side. And let's see where it started. Because it didn't start with mother. So is it grandma? Ooh, yes. So your mother's mother, grandma. So, Geraldine, with this, did you know your mom's mom, your grandma? And does or did she have irrational fears? So that's sort of the cool thing about if it's a fairly recent generation is you might really be close to these, like your mom's mom. And so you might firsthand witness. So let me see what age this got trapped in your grandma. 17. So she was young. So somewhere 16, 17, 18. So let's go ahead. Are you guys still there? My video went out for a moment. Don't you love that? Hopefully that will be the only technical difficulty for tonight. Yeah, I don't think that's quite what it means, Jane. I think it's all about believing. Do you have a hard time believing in things? Because you have, so disbelief, or do you have a hard time not believing? Ladies, any thoughts? Oh, good. So maybe it was just my video that flickered. All right. So Geraldine, hopefully you're still here. So let's go ahead and clear that from your grandma and your entire family lineage. So it did clear. Oh, wow. How can it be 7:42 already? That's a little crazy. Okay. So, Geraldine, do you have any fears that either friends or family said that's a little out there or that's sort of extreme, Geraldine? Does this ring a bell to you or not really? So, I'm going to clear it just because. So that did release. All right, so we're going to do a healing pulse in another 3 minutes. Oh, wow. So you'll have to be observant and see if those fears in the family seem to have lessened after tonight. Paula, you're next. Ooh, contention. I don't know if I've used that word before. So contention is more like, what is it? Animosity. Let's see what the dictionary says. Oh, there's something about a debate. Ooh, struggling together in opposition or strife. Here's some synonyms: argument, assertion, thesis, ball game, battle, combat, competition. What do you think, Paula? Let me see where that came from. So this is from your father's side. It didn't start with father or grandpa. Great grandpa, though. So your grandpa's dad. All right, so let's go ahead and clear that. So releasing and removing contention from Paula and her entire family lineage. So that released. Okay. Let's do a healing pulse and then we'll come back to inherited trapped emotions And then I think we're going to pull some positive words. Okay? All right. So let's decide where you want to receive the energy. So if it's somewhere physical, that's pretty easy. If you don't have a physical place to send it to, I suggest sending it to your heart. If you have some strong emotions going on, I suggest thinking about where you feel those emotions. And that's where you'll want to receive the energy. Very interesting, Paula. Well, and especially that feeling and your family's feelings, they all come by it honestly. So hopefully this will make a difference in how you guys interact. All right, so let's rub our hands together. Place your hands exactly where you want to receive the energy. Imagine my hands on yours, and then you're going to be open and allowing the energy and the healing to happen. So just breathe that energy in. Imagine with each breath in, the energy and the healing goes a little deeper. And helps and is a little stronger. Open and allowing. So as you exhale, imagine anything that doesn't serve your highest good is released. Again, as you inhale, imagine the energy going a little deeper, a little further in to whatever issue it is that you want help with healing. So just breathe that in. Okay. And so that was our second healing pulse of the night. And now we're going to look at Joan and find her inherited trapped emotion. This is sort of funny, Jane. So Joan has whining as an inherited trapped emotion. That is sort of funny. I don't imagine Joan whining, but this would make it easier for her to do so. Let's see where this came from. So is this from Joan's mom's side? And it is. I think she will find that funny. So here's my question that I'm going to muscle test. Did this start with Joan's mom? I got to know. Did it start with Joan's grandma? Ooh, yes. So it started with mother's mom. Can't make this stuff up. So let's go ahead and clear this. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, let's go ahead. Well, we got to clear this for Joan. I know her mom's side of the family has caused some strife in Joan. So let's clear and release the inherited trapped emotion of whining. Yes, don't know Joan incredibly well, but well enough to know that this is funny. Okay. All right. So I've released whining, and I hope that makes a difference in Joan's life. So this was sort of fun, wasn't it? Interesting thing. So my request to you is be observant in the next few weeks, especially when you're interacting with other family members, because they very likely could have had this. Although, as I said before, sometimes the energy, the trapped emotion skips people. but oftentimes many people in the family have this. All right, so next we're going to look up everyone's positive emotion. Very fun. Okay, so I've got about 200 not trapped, 200 positive emotions, and we're going to reinforce one in each of you. So if you are just coming in the room now, just put a yes, and I will add you to the list for positive emotions. Anyone else that was on my original list for inherited, I'll just keep you on the list. All right, so we're going to start with Heidi. Okay, let's see what Heidi has for a positive emotion, and then we'll reinforce that. And what this does is oftentimes it's an area that is helpful for you. Sometimes it's even just an acknowledgement that this is part of you, but other times it's sort of a strengthening in this quality in you. Yes, this is my favorite part of most evenings when I do this. So let's see what Heidi gets, because I think this is the first time I've done this for Heidi. So it's usually sort of a fun thing. Heidi, respected. That's nice. And usually at the end of the night, I like to know if people liked other people's positive words and if they sort of borrowed them. All right, so Heidi, we're going to reinforce respected for you. And that did reinforce. Marina, you are next. This is weird. You got respected too, Marina. And I did check. If the next person gets respected, we're going to start over. So I did reinforce respected for Marina. All right, Leslie is next. Persevering. That's sort of a nice one. Keep going. Anne Marie, you are next. Oh, this is weird. Anne Marie, respectful. What the heck, huh? All right, so let's just see. All right, so did Heidi really get respected? Well, Heidi and Marina got respected, and Anne Marie got respectful. I'm getting that those are your words. How strange, though, that full of respect tonight, right? All right, Jane, you are next. Jane is thankful. Let's reinforce that. Geraldine, let's see what you get. Geraldine got trusting. Nice, Jane. That's a good one to borrow. So I know quite a few of you are here on Thursday nights, and I taught you how to reinforce a positive trapped emotion. If anybody would like me to explain how to do that, let me know. All right, so Paula is next. Ooh, thrilled. Ooh, I think I'm going to borrow that one. That's a nice one, Paula. Okay, and Joan. Let's see what Joan gets. Responsive. Let's reinforce that. Sure, Heidi. I'll explain. So with this, yes, thrilled is a fun one. So with this, let me give you a fuller explanation. So I'm also going to show you how to clear. So there's multiple ways of clearing. What I like to show people initially is, there's a couple different, 3 different ways. Sorry, I'm a little scattered right now. So the first one is where you will be sending energy to a meridian, which goes from here and it goes over your head to the nape of your neck. And that meridian covers every part of your body. And with this type of work, intention is very important. So I generally rub my hands together to activate the energy, and then I'm sending energy from over the top of my head. So if I want to release a trapped emotion, like anger, so I generally do this 3 to 5 times, and then I'll muscle test if it cleared. Now, if I want to reinforce, say I want to reinforce thrilled, I will set the intention that I want to reinforce within me the feeling, the emotion, the positivity of being thrilled. And I want to instill that in my being. So I'm going to do this, 3 to 5 times. And then I will muscle test if it worked. There is a shortcut. And one is you imagine that emotion in a little ball. And usually I wait until I feel it. And there's a couple ways of dealing with this. So if it's something I want to get rid of, I'll smash it. Or I'll snap it. And typically when you get used to doing the snapping, it's that quick. And so with me, for some reason, I like snapping 3 times. Gone. The same thing with it being positive. So I bring it to my awareness. I feel it. And what if I want to be respected? So I'm feeling respected and I'm snapping it in. So sort of an interesting thing. So I think thrilled is a good one. Exuberant is another one that has been borrowed. Oh, here's a good one for you guys to use. Successful. So I think when you're successful, there isn't as much strife. So let's go ahead and reinforce that. And I've got to do my little commercial, which I wrote down. Here we go. Okay. Holy Fire Reiki. I've got some dates for that. June 18th and 19th. Email sessions is something new, and everything's done through email. It's $50, 2 to 3 issues. And my little iTerra Care wand, I'm doing free little distance sessions, you can set up an appointment through the scheduling option on Summer Avalon Healing Arts Facebook page. I generally have open availability on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. If there is a day that's better for you than those, just message me and we'll set up something directly. So, like Heidi, with your pain, especially if that didn't go away through the healing pulses, and we'll do another healing pulse at the end here, is message me and we'll do just a quick little 15-20 minute session with the Iteracare wand and see if that helps you. Anybody have any questions? I'm glad you asked about how to reinforce and how to clear, because it's something that is really helpful to know. So let's do a final healing pulse, unless anyone else has any questions. I'm glad everybody came. I think pretty much all of you. Oh, good, Geraldine. Thank you. It's sort of cool that you guys are all here. And I know a lot of you are here because Thursday nights don't always work for you. So this is good you're here. I'm thinking of doing this a little more, having other options. So let's do a final healing pulse. And with this one, I think let's send it to your head with your hands here. And then I want you to imagine the energy going down. Yes, Heidi Jane, let me know for sure. So yeah, my this Iteracare wand, it's actually a little electronic gadget that has frequency. It's got blue light, and it's got heat and air movement. And I'm told it's got, quantum frequencies and crystals in it. But I did not buy this to use on clients. I bought it to use on me and my little pets. And friends have been using it from a distance, and a number of people have used it too. So let's do the final healing pulse. Rub your hands together. Place your hands on your head. Imagine my hands on yours. And then be open and allowing. Imagine with each breath in, the energy goes down a little further. And so by the time we're finally done, the energy will have reached the bottoms of your feet. And the intention of this energy is to just push through any blockages going down the entire length of your body. So with each breath in, it goes down a little further and a little further and a little further. And just be open and allowing the energy to flow. Open and allowing. So, and if there's anyone else that wants to try the Iteracare wand, I'm offering free 15-20 minute sessions, mainly on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, but if that doesn't work for you, just drop me a message. And that was it for our final healing pulse. So thank you for joining me on this special Friday night show. I am so glad you were here. I will be back again on Thursday nights. Please let your friends and family who might benefit from this know that I'll be here Thursday. So I hope everyone has a great evening and a great weekend. I will hopefully talk to you soon. Good, Leslie. I love that feedback. Yes, love that one too. Yeah, it does some pretty amazing things. You're welcome, Marina. Have a good night. Thank you, Jane. Ooh, Leslie, glad your sinuses are staying clear after that one session. Fabulous, Heidi. I'd love to hear that. I am so glad you were able to attend tonight. Good night, Marina. And on that note, I'm going to go too. Bye.